Greetings everyone, I am the goddess known as Jackie Gates, and this is a 6-month progress report. About 6 months ago, I quit. I gave up. I stopped being the fly that keeps hitting itself against the window, and I stopped doing what I was doing. I was tired of not succeeding in network marketing. My 6th try was just costing me more than I was making, and I was just so done with the whole thing that I made a video about how I was quitting, how I was stopping, and I was going to work on the one common denominator to all my MLM failures, and that was me. I had to work on me. A lot of things prompted this. One of them being I was on a call with Diane Hochman, and she said, I can't remember what I said or whatever, but I was on my usual track at the time, and she said, "Oh, you need to stop making excuses." That really hurt, especially since it was on a public call, but it was what I needed to hear at the time, because really, 6 months down the road, I can look at myself and say, yes, I was making excuses. I was sitting in a very comfortable rut, a rut nonetheless, but a very comfortable one. And the pain, the effort of stepping out of that was not worth it at the time. My progress report is to tell you, firstly, the value of stepping back. You know, they say if you find yourself in a hole, don't keep digging. You have to stop digging and look around. I stopped digging. I did a lot of looking around, and finally I'm ready to stick my head out of the hole like a gopher and look at the scenery, look at the possibilities. And you know, there's one thing about spring. Okay, it's practically summer, but the one thing about spring is that shift in momentum, the forward moving of energy, the blooming of flowers. Everybody feels it. Everybody starts wanting to shed excess weight, of course. They shed excess layers of clothing. We start having garage sales. People are shedding things. People are emerging. That's been very much the drive of the past month. So what I'm going to be doing is taking advantage of that surge of energy. I have to look at my notes because I don't want to forget to tell you something. Because I am so done with just being ordinary. I've stopped going backwards and costing myself more money than I should, actually, rather than making money. But I now need to take advantage of that momentum. Again, Diane Hochman, I was on a call for her small home and small business world call. Fabulous site. I'll put the link on the text for this video. But I was on the call, and the first call was about those cycles in life. You know, spring follows comes, summer follows spring, fall follows summer, winter, we're back into spring again. Even in retail, everything has a cycle. We go from Valentine's Day to Easter, and now Father's Day is coming up, and okay, I might have got that wrong, but you know what I mean. And then we're going to end up Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we're back. The next big thing is Valentine's Day. So everything has a cycle. And she was talking about how the people that really take advantage of the speeding up in the buying season, which is of course Christmas, are those who work the summer. Most of the time we tend to goof off. That is the overriding feeling of summer, is the relaxation of it all. But you know, I'm done with being part of the herd. So I am not going to goof off this summer. I am going to make this my summer of renewal, of growth. And the way I'm going to do that is a 90-day challenge. But first I'm going to break that down. Again, Diane Hochman, I'm quoting her a lot, huh? Diane said that if you do 3 90-day challenges back to back, you can pretty much coast after that. And since she's been right about so many other things, I'm going to believe her here. So, my first 30-day challenge is going to be creating momentum. The important thing here for me, based on what I've learned from the previous 6 months and my whole self-analysis and things, I have to stop buying the next shiny thing. I know enough to get me started. So, the focus of this 30-day challenge, and I would love you to join me, is firstly, we're creating momentum. And secondly, it mustn't cost anything. You have to start using what you know. For me, I'm going to be blogging or videoing every day so that you all, here's my accountability, you guys can all keep me on track, can keep track with me if you're going to join me, and I hope you will. And I'm going to be covering all the things that I know and am going to finally start utilizing. I have several mentors that I've been following over the past 6 months. My first is my best girlfriend, Kimberly Castleberry. She is a WordPress and blogging genius, and it was her that pushed me to start today. Actually, I was supposed to start last night, but things got in the way. I kept wanting to put it off. I kept saying, I have to go to Minnesota next week. I'm going to, life is just really busy right now, and I'd like to start on the 1st of July. And she kept pushing and pushing and saying, why are you putting it off? Are we going to keep dragging our heels? Let's just get going. Start now. That's the kind of push that I needed, and you know you have a very good friend when they'll poke you in the right direction. So thank you, Kimberly, and here we are starting. This is not going to be easy for me because it's a very complicated time. My daughter is going through some major personal things. I have a couple of business trips coming up with my husband. These next 30 days, being able to blog every day or video every day and do all the other things that I want to do, this is going to be a challenge. But again, tired of being in my comfort zone. I have to push, and that's why I'm starting now. So, the first of my mentors and my best friend, Kimberly, thank you very much. We're going to start. I'm going to put her link there. If you need help starting a blog, you should. If you want to get onto WordPress, you should. This is the girl to talk to. If you would like to join me, I'm going to be covering a whole lot of things that I know will help me move forward. I have a whole lot of things to write about, along with mostly law of attraction. I'm going to talk about selling my home. You didn't get that. You didn't know about that, did you? But I'm going to start with this first series is going to be on decluttering, because with momentum moving forward, I have to get rid of the stuff that holds me back. I have a lot of stuff that I've managed to accumulate. I need to get rid of that. I'm doing a cleansing for weight as well. There's a lot of information that I'm going to be sharing on that particular process. So that's going to be the first week starting from tomorrow. And then I'm going to talk to you about a book I've been reading which has just blown my mind. And I'm also going to talk some more about the goddess thing, because another good friend of mine and fellow South African called me out a little. At least I thought she did. She actually didn't write about me particularly, but I took it terribly personally and learned a lot from my own reactions to it. So that is going to be about the goddess thing. I've got a lot to talk about, which should make the 30-day challenge a little easier. And I'm really hoping that some of you will step on board and do this with us, because it'll be quite fun to run this race as a team. So here's to creating momentum. Here's to shedding old skins and shedding all the things that hold us back. And here's to a blossoming spring, a abundant summer, and a very, very exciting second half of the year. So come on with me. We're going to create a goddess-worthy lifestyle.